Okay, we have our coffee, we have our drone. So let me tell you about my new obsession. So this thing here is covered in sand from the last flight, but it's a DJI drone, Neo drone. Now the cool thing with this one, you can fly it by itself, it can track you, you can do like selfie modes and all that type of stuff. I prefer to use it with a controller. What was that? I prefer to use it with a controller, and I'm now trying to get into FPV. So first person view, where you use goggles. So I've spent the last probably coming up to 3 weeks now playing with this. There's a big learning curve. I'm trying to learn in what's called manual, where you have complete control over the drone. And because it is really challenging to control, that's why we need something like this. Super protected, relatively cheap as well. These are like $299 to replace, compared to like $1,000 if you bought one in the past. So the cool thing is you can bang these about. I've crashed it multiple times, as I'll show you, but we're going to head to a place I've been once before. It's a little bit windy today, but I'll show you what this can do. Oh, and I've just missed, I've done 50,000 kilometers now. Well, I haven't personally, but I've done just under 10,000 K since I got the car 6 months ago. Okay, here is the turn off. So we're running parallel with the coast at the moment. So it's not a fantastic road, a little bit of rubbish here and there. There's a dead animal there. Okay, now there's like 5 or 6 different functions that this can do by itself, so with no controller. I've only tried follow me, but let's see if we can get it to circle around the car. Now, like I say, it is a little bit windy.
Droney, circle.
Okay, let's try circle. So I've just put it on circle. You can change all the settings in the phone in terms of like the distance it is, but let's just try that.
2 meters, circle.
2 meters.
2, 1.
Okay, so that should. So that's only 2 meters in terms of distance away from me, and the height's not very high. So if I want to get a good shot of the car, then to stop it, you just put your hand out. But if we want to change the distance, I need to connect it to the app. Okay, so I can change it. So let's go to 10 meters height. Okay, so circle's not what we want. I think we need more. Let's go rocket. I think that goes up and around. Rotation on, and let's go 10 meters. Just hoping it's not going to go into bush over there. Let's go 6 meters. Okay, we'll try rocket, see what happens.
6 meters, rocket. 3, 2, 1.
This is a good test for it in the wind. Okay, I thought that was going to be more like a helix, I think they call it, but maybe not. Where's it going now? So that's rocket. Let's do droney. Droney, let's rise it up to 10 meters. Let's do a big one. So droney, I think, is just going to fly out 10 meters away.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, and then there's a couple of other ones that you can go into. I'm not going to go through those now. There's some really cool tutorials where people take you through all the different functions and stuff. But today I want to get it up in the air with the goggles and show you how I've been learning to fly manual. So for this, you need the goggles. Now this come in a kit with the goggles, a pack of batteries with the charger, which is awesome. You can also use that as a power bank if you didn't know. You press this and it shows you how much charge. So these two are full. There's one in the drone already. Now it does come with the trigger remote, which I haven't got with me because I wanted to learn manual. You need to get used to using one of these as fast as possible. So the trigger's really cool for learning FPV the quickest way, but then it's really hard, I think, to then start learning a different method. So I've learned the harder method from the start, or I'm learning, as you'll see. Now the drone itself has got 22 gigs of internal storage, and then you do have a memory card that you put in this, so you actually see what I'm seeing out the goggles with all the settings and controls and stuff, because I do need to go in and change a couple of things now, because when you connect it to the app, it actually changes back the settings that I've changed for the manual mode. So I need to select this and allow it to have manual mode. You do need to go in the back of the controller and change, slacking off the levers and stuff, but I'm not going to go into that. If you want to learn manual, there's some really good tutorials on it. Okay, so I'm going to take off in normal mode. So in normal mode, what it's going to do is it's going to hover the aircraft for me. So motors are starting. Now I need to select manual. Actually, really important. I need to start recording. Okay, now I need to select manual, sport, manual, line the two green things up. Now we're in manual. Okay, now I'm controlling it. Because it is so light, it does get blown around a lot in the wind. So when you are learning, it makes it 100% harder. So really, I shouldn't be learning in this type of area. I should be in a more of an open space. In terms of if I crash it, I've got to try and find it in the bush, which is not fantastic. Okay, let's see if we can do a couple of flybys. So for me it's fast. For people that fly drones it's not fast. So we're going headwind now, so it's not super fast that direction. But what you'll find, we're going all over the place. Okay, let's try. Let's try and do a flyby in the opposite direction, but it's so hard. To control it in this wind and with my limited experience. Okay, let's try now flyby. Okay, slow flyby. Oh, we're flying miles away. Yeah, that wind is something else. So it's struggling to get back to me now. That's not good. Let's drop it down lower. Alright, that scared me a little bit. Alright, I'm going to keep it more over the road. Alright, I think... We're crashed. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off on here and I'm just going to show you how it follows me on the way back, because that's pretty cool.
Follow.
So I'm just going to get it to follow me now, and I'm going to walk back to the car.
Medium. Follow. 3, 2, 1.
So now wherever I go, it should follow me. So that's pretty cool. Apparently you can do like 25k an hour. I haven't tested that yet, so I'll get on the scooter and try that. I don't think it tracks vehicles though. That would be pretty cool if it did. Hopefully that will update that on a software update soon, because they are updating. I've had one since I've had it. That's pretty cool. It's caught me on the Tesla camera. Now, if you do want to get into this style of flying with drones and learning manual, I highly recommend that you get a simulator. I literally could not control the drone in any way at all in manual until I used the simulator, and I put in about, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours, and then I felt like I was confident enough to take the drone out and actually select manual. Until that point, I didn't feel comfortable with it, so I'd highly recommend. I used Liftoff. Works fine on a Mac. You just need to have the DJI controller and set the sticks and everything, how you're going to use it, so then it flies the same, and then when you do go out in the open, it doesn't feel so foreign, and you can definitely get a little bit of a flight. You just need that big open space. I did try some silly things like flying through things that weren't big enough, both in the area, so you know, picking smaller locations and smaller objects trying to fly through. Sometimes I was successful, but I think it was more luck than anything else. But the goal is to get to the point where I can fly indoors if I want to, fly through small areas, fly slow, but also fly faster and mess around with skills and flips and all that sort of thing. I don't think, from what I've read, that the Neo is that great for doing flips. It can do it. If you use the trigger controller, there's options on there and it will automatically flip. You just tell it when to do it. That's pretty cool as a party trick, but I want to learn how to do all that stuff by myself with the controllers, and then do it at the time that I want to and in the style that I want to match the flight that I'm doing. But that's obviously going to take much more time. So there's a few shots of me messing around different locations. You can see some good stuff ish and some really dodgy stuff, but it's great fun. Let me know if you have any questions regarding the DJI, the Neo, and also the Tesla obviously, and I will speak to you guys in the next one, and I'll let you know how I'm going.